So I thought we were making a constellation. It doesn't seem like that at all. That was really fucking good. Holy. First of all, they displayed grief perfectly. Love this game. 0 notes. What up, Star Squad? Momokeas here, and today we're going to be gushing or crushing over a game we beat on stream a while back called Gris. This game was released December 13th of 2018 and was developed by Nomada Studio and published by Devolver Digital. This game is labeled as an atmospheric platform adventure game. Nomada Studio is currently working on their next title, Neva, which is set to release later this year. If Devolver Digital sounds familiar, they have published other indie titles such as Enter the Gungeon, Inscription, and even Cult of the Lamb. They have published some of the strongest indie titles. This game review is solely based on my experience with this game and is my opinion on said experience. You should not take this review as fact and still give this game a go for yourself. Spoiler warning, in the event I accidentally spill anything for my fellow Star Warriors, and without further ado, on with the show! In this game, you play as a girl known as Gris. She is singing on a statue's hand and abruptly loses her voice. The hand that she is on starts to crumble, the music starts to swell, and she is dropped into the blank world below. The color now drained from her and her voice gone, she slowly starts to trudge through the level, slowly bringing color back to the world around her. The story of this game is told subtly through the details you discover as you progress. It seems the devs left it open enough for us to draw some conclusions of our own, but there are some very obvious and confirmed themes. Each level in this game represents a stage of Dabda. In case you are unaware, if someone has faced an encounter with death, they go through very specific stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. The story is centered around Gris and her coming to terms with the death of a loved one. As you explore each level, you are tasked with grabbing stars that will open the way for you to continue your journey. The pacing of the story was very well balanced over the short playtime. With this game being centered around Gris, there really weren't any additional characters. Except for this little sprite friend, he stole the show, especially when he tumbled down this hill after you. For the controls of this game, you can use keyboard and mouse or controller. I mainly used controller. I didn't see any accessibility options, but the game didn't have a lot of harsh lighting and there was no text to read. There is this one section in the depression level that features a cave that has a flashing puzzle that freezes your previous form. This might cause some irritation to gamers with light sensitivity. This is a single-player game that doesn't really have a difficulty level. There is a threat in the game, one that we theorized being the physical embodiment of grief itself, but it doesn't cause harm to Gris. Well, not on any level of game over harm, if that makes sense. This adventure boasts some puzzles, none that I have found to be particularly hard. The solutions were usually straightforward, and the puzzles themselves are very unique compared to what I've seen in similar games. There are also these hidden circle objects that are labeled as mementos that you can collect in each level. If you collect all of them throughout the game, it unlocks a hidden secret that shows you a key story element needed to tie it all together. As mentioned before, Gris collects stars for progression, but also the stars unlock her abilities. There is her heavy ability, her double jump, her swim, and finally her ability to sing. Sing being her most powerful ability. Her abilities are used throughout every facet of this game and are proven to be her biggest asset. Some of us also theorize her abilities were representing what she was feeling during her journey, like how a person going through grief might have their body feel heavy, and how they feel hopeless to finish most basic tasks as the grief weighs them down. Just one of many examples of how beautiful this game shows rather than tells. The design of this game reminds us of a blank canvas. It is very stylized, and the consensus was that this game was a painting done in watercolor. After every level, a color returns back to Gris's world. In order, you gain red, green, blue, and then finally yellow. This was interpreted as the color coming back to her life as she slowly traverses into the acceptance of losing her loved one. The world around Gris is in a state of decay, shown by the multiple buildings that are destroyed, the flowers that haven't bloomed, and the levels that have areas completely shrouded in darkness. As you progress, the game slowly shows how the world grows to become repaired. The main ruins that served as the level HUD is the best way to gauge that state of repair, as the ruins are added onto with each color brought back, almost like an artist is adding details to their painting as time progresses. There are some indicators of level progression, whether it be a cracked area you can destroy or butterflies that propel you up. In her minimal character design, you also notice that in the beginning of the adventure, Gris's clothes and skin are grayscale, but by the end, they also gain their color. She even gets the blush brought back to her cheeks. Her name also means gray in Spanish. Everything in this game is intentional. I don't think I can gush enough about the visuals. I love how each color splashes onto the canvas once you collect it. Now for the soundtrack. The music of this game is very surreal. The music invokes feelings of exploring a dream. I felt like my heart was swelling at certain crescendos. This music feels as if it grows with Gris, as if it's the voice of her emotions and experience throughout the game. These tracks were brought to you by the very talented Berlinist. There are 27 tracks in the soundtrack, ranging anywhere from 24 seconds to about 10 minutes. The soundtrack is available for purchase on Steam and Bandcamp. Unfortunately, no vinyl for this one, but I do suggest listening to the soundtrack as you meditate with your eyes closed. You may even get transported into her world. Overall, this game was a beautiful experience. I felt very connected to Gris as I understood her plight. I feel it is very easy for you to get lost in her world as you slowly start to relive your own experience with grief. At the end, once she accepts her loss, you feel a sense of pride and satisfaction. And after a good cry, you realize not only did you play this game, you lived it. This game was an absolute gush for me, and I hope you all give it a playthrough for yourselves. This game is available on Steam for a solid $15 and is available on all consoles. I played this game on Xbox Game Pass, and at the time of this recording, it is still available free to play. This game offers around 3 hours of playtime if you focus on the main story, and about 6 hours if you focus on the completionist route. Times are subject to change depending on how long it takes you to complete the challenges and collect all the mementos. If you've played this game before, let me know. Did you have different opinions than I? Let's open up that conversation. If there are any other indie titles you would like for me to check out, leave them in the comments below. I'm always looking for more games to play. If you want to watch me play these indies live, you can check me out at twitch.tv/Momokeas, and all of my other social links are in the description below. The next Gush or Crush is currently undecided. We're still playing some new indie adventures on stream. But I hope to see all of you guys there, and until next time, be good, shine bright, don't let anyone dim that light, and stay awesome!